All right, so out here working on the Miata. Got these carbon fiber mirrors on and installed. Not too bad. They do stick out a little bit goofy, but I'm not gonna mess with them. Installing my quick release. What else we're gonna do today? Charge pipes. We're gonna install some fuel system stuff, measure out everything, try to find all the gaskets that we're gonna be needing, and all the bolts. We're gonna make a nice list and then go from there. So pretty exciting stuff. All right, so we got a steering wheel and a quick release. Still need to get some hardware for that. Went ahead and removed all the turn signal stock and headlight stock, since that's all on the gauge panel or on the switch panel now. Cleaned up the look quite a bit. The seat's not mounted, but this is the seat I will be using. It's an older Momo. It looks pretty good. It fits nice and snug. What's really fun though is I'm finally starting to do the remote mounted shifter stuff. So I already welded on the adapter onto the shift lever, and I have that mounted up there. What I have to do now, grind this paint down all the way around and on this trans tunnel, and then I have to weld this adapter on like this, and then from there it'll be ready to go. Right now I only have nylon bushings inside the pieces there, so there is just a tiny bit of slop. Once I get the bushings or the bearings, I think it'll tighten up really nice. So it's starting to come together. I also need to mount the Fuel Lab fuel controller. The guys over at Fuel Lab did this really cool thing to where they created a pulse width modulation signal translator. So it's going to be taking a signal from the map sensor, so basically a boost reference, and then creating a signal to power this pump. So basically whenever we see, say 20 psi or whatever, just hypothetically, that the pump will go on to full power. Anything below that, it'll be running on a pulse width and lower power. So really cool setup. I'm really excited to see how that works. It's a little over engineered, but the guys over there really wanted to help us out. So it's a pretty cool thing that on a factory car wouldn't be needed, because the factory ECU sends out a pulse width modulation signal, and on the Ford control pack it does not. So that's our solution. I got to mount up the controller for the pump, and then later today I'm going to be measuring all the fuel lines, oil lines, everything like that, so I can go ahead and get all those ordered and all the fittings ordered, and it's coming together. So just go from there. Alright, so here's the finished shifter. I might have to go ahead and weld on some more tabs and get it even lower. It is very short, as you can see. This transmission is very stiff to begin with, but overall very happy with the design. Not much play. If you force it into gear and you force it where you think it needs to go, so 1, 2 is so easy. 3, if you force it to where you think 3 is, it's going. The 3rd to 4th is good, and then that 4th to 5th, I guess since 5th is a longer distance over, it's a little harder to get in. But I think with the gearing, top of 4th is gonna be like 145 anyway, so hopefully shouldn't need to do 5th too much. But that's how it's looking overall. Gonna start on painting gonna go ahead and start painting the transmission mount, and then start working on some other small stuff like charge pipes and things like that. So just get to work. All right, so started working on intercooler piping again, redid it. I think this is gonna end up working quite a bit better. Just a simple 90 degree with a over 90 degree bend right here, another 90. I'm gonna try to find a short radius 90 to replace this coupler with, and then weld that in. That way I only have 2 couplers on each side. That should be pretty good for preventing blow-offs and stuff like that. So basically gonna do this other side whenever the intake manifold's on. Found out some good things about, I was having some interference right here with a purge valve solenoid reference, and talked with Chris over at Panda. He said I could cut that off and block it off, so that's what we're gonna do. And I just need a 2.5 to 3 inch adapter for right there, and that side will be done. Probably gonna run this for a while until I can, you know, find a short radius 90 and stuff like that, but this is good enough for right now. So all right.